Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. It's your boy TC.
And it's your girl Kiki.
And what we got going on, baby? We got any shout outs?
Yes, we want to welcome everybody to a new year.
It's 2026, y'all.
We made it. So congratulations. Thank you all for still rocking with us. Going into a new year with us. We have some great and fun things we're going to do actually in 2026. I'm looking forward to it.
I am excited and looking forward to it as well, baby.
It's going to be a dynamite year.
On top of another year with you.
Amen.
Yay.
We are thankful. We want to give a shout out at the beginning of the year to also Mama Roz. She was able to know every episode that we're on and actually said, okay, y'all on episode number 39 now. So yes, we are Mama Roz, and yes, we are everyone else. So welcome. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate you. We're going to do some lives coming up. We're going to do some in-person podcasts. Video
share some more reels and stories and posts.
We're
going to do a lot in 2026 because we're trying to take this to the next level.
So please do us a favor and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend for you all to check us out. Link and follow us on Instagram.
And share the podcast with anybody and everybody you think it could help.
Absolutely, please.
Please and thank you. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
At all-in-our business.
There you go. So let's get all in the business today.
Yep.
And let's see what we're going to talk about. I think today, kicking the new year off appropriately is a topic that's very near and dear to our hearts, right?
It is. I think if you heard me last week, I said I was going to be a little emotional.
You were going to be a little emotional,
I did say that.
And that's fine. I don't think either of us anticipated that we'll ever be having this conversation or have seen this day.
That is true.
When we had to really
that is true.
go through what we're going through when it comes to this topic.
Mm-hmm.
But God. So God had other plans for us.
That always has other plans for us.
I promise you. Because I don't think either of us ever anticipated being in the roles that we have been in the last few years. But
nope, not at all.
I'm thankful.
I am thankful as well.
Yes, and I'm loved, and I'm happy to be on this journey with you.
I'm in love as well, and I know I'm happy to be on this journey.
Okay.
I wouldn't take it with anybody else.
Awesome.
Not a single person.
Thank you. So today, y'all, what you think we're talking about?
I know what we're talking about. You trying to give them a surprise or something?
No, we're not talking about that, babe.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying you asking them what we talking about like they don't know.
They don't know.
Right, so it's a surprise. So what we talking about?
Let's talk about...
No, we're not talking about sex.
Oh, sorry. No.
Come back.
All right, let me get
2026. I need you to tone it down.
No, that's
Lord, she's gonna pick it up. Lord have mercy.
Now, in today's episode, we're talking about blended families.
Blended families.
Yes.
And we got one.
We
got a couple of them, evidently. Which is fine. It is what it is.
And we're titling it, "Those Aren't My Stepchildren. If I Am With You, Those Are My Kids as Well."
And so I can strongly attest that that's how I take it, and I can strongly attest that's how my baby takes it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Colin and Jelani is hers, and Kevin and Nicole is mine. So we both got 4 kids. 4 plus 2. We the 2. We the 2.
We
They're
kids?
the 4. No, we the parents.
Oh, so it's a family of 6.
It's a family of 6.
Oh, okay, yeah, but we got 4 kids.
We have 4 children.
4 children.
Actually, we have 1 adult and 3 children.
Yeah, but the other one's
about to be adult as well.
In a few days, absolutely.
A little over, what, not even 30 days?
Not even 30 days, yep. Exactly, that's crazy.
You're 18.
Yup, so it's time for another one, baby.
Police ain't got to call me no more.
You always say that. They better
police ain't got to call me no more.
They ain't got to worry about that.
He's responsible for himself now.
You ain't got to worry about that.
But let's get it. Let's get into it. Can I get to the scripture, baby?
Yeah, but I was going to say we just need at least 2 more to add to the pot.
You know I'm fine with that.
Right, I'm just teasing.
I'm trying. I'm getting all the practice I can.
You're getting a lot of practice. Go ahead for the scripture.
All right.
Yeah.
So the scripture is Psalms 133:1. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity.
Woo! Lord, I think I need to get that
Paste it on the wall or something.
I don't even know about the wall. I think I need to be in my signature when I get text messages from other people. When I'm trying to co-parent, I need to make sure you remind me.
You definitely need it when you're trying to co-parent.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That co-parenting thing ain't going too well.
It's a struggle, but hopefully the listeners can help us. Help me or something else.
No, that person needs a rearrangement in the brain.
Oh, well, I don't know.
That thing ain't functioning properly. It's above mine for sure.
All right, so before we get started, we just want to identify or define what blended families are.
Okay. You got it, baby.
I feel like it involves joining adults and children from previous relationships into a new family unit.
Mm-hmm. On top of adding two families together. Mm-hmm. And I don't just mean the mother, father, kids. We have aunts, uncles, grandparents,
extended family.
All of that is part of blending the family.
That is so true. So you can see how it can be complex.
We saw for Christmas. We did both families on Christmas.
We did.
And it was entertaining. Very entertaining.
It was enjoyable.
No, but it was still entertaining, baby.
Yeah. So
one family gambling, playing bingo.
We should be saying that.
That's what was happening. That's what was happening. Hey, bring your coins, baby. We playing bingo for money for Christmas.
Oh,
and then the other family is just giving out gifts on top of gifts on top of gifts. There was so many gifts going around. I was like, what the hell? What the hell?
Here we go. Differences, but yet still similarities.
Still similarities.
Yes,
but both families truly enjoyed themselves, and we both enjoyed ourselves with both of our families.
Right, and I think that's what.
And as I say, her family's mine now, and my family's hers now.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
Even though we ain't did the official thing, it is what it is.
It is. So I wanted to also say with blended families, it's a process that's rewarding but challenging. It requires time, patience, realistic expectations, and open communication to effectively navigate the new dynamics. Do you agree with that?
Oh. You can say that again.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Most definitely.
But I think there can be success depending on the new established traditions and unified fronts. I think that's very important.
I think it can be success if there's also some boundaries set in place for both families, as we've been communicating and talking about, on top of just communicating with each other.
So let's get all in our business.
We're going to get all in it, baby. It's 2026.
Let's get it started
It's a new day. It's a new year.
There we go.
So let's get it, baby.
So how are our families blended? How are the kids treated? And are we truly one happy family?
Okay, so the immediate family, so us plus the kids, we're all blended.
You and I plus the kids.
You and I plus the kids, we're all blended.
Okay.
You would think they're brothers and sisters, like for real, the kids are. The way they interact with each other, the way they joke with each other, the way they be trolling each other, as they say, and getting on each other. That's what they do. It's no problem. And then for us, we both treat both sets of kids as if they're ours.
Yeah.
We don't separate them. You see my baby, she'll be calling Colin or Jelani, and I'll be texting and whatever with Kevin and Nicole. It is no issue. There's no, these ain't really my kids. No, it's none of that.
Yeah, no, I can honestly say.
She will go to war for mine just like I'll go to war for hers.
That's very true.
So they're ours. So they're ours.
But you always joke with me when you're trying to, I wouldn't necessarily say discipline, but when you're talking about Colin, you're always like, here you go trying to save him.
Yeah, she babies him. She be like, Colin can't do no wrong. Colin's
that's not true.
And I'm like, whatever.
That's not true.
But then let me say something about, I was about to say her nickname. Let me say something about Nicole, and then, see, you soft. You let her just get over on you.
You are very soft. Very soft.
Whatever.
Very,
She's
very.
a princess.
And all the boys be looking at you like, are you
She's
serious?
a princess and needs to be treated accordingly.
Okay. So yeah, I think for us, our immediate family, we are one happy family.
Yes. Now our
the 6 of us.
Extended family.
That consists of what?
So that's your mom, your aunts, all of them. That's my mom, my aunts, uncles, and all of that. They haven't met each other yet.
No, our families haven't, but they've met the children.
Yes, the children have interacted with both families.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Our two families haven't commingled.
You're right.
And I would hate for that to be at the wedding. So we're going to have to make that happen in 2026.
We're going to have to have
We
something.
can't have the first time they're meeting at the wedding.
I just thought about that. Woo.
Yeah, so we're going to have something where everybody's invited over and everybody gets to meet everybody.
That is so true.
Because it's like, I think you've heard us say this before, our mothers are so similar, it's scary. And then our fathers are so similar, it's scary.
It is.
And then we had aunts with the same name.
Yeah.
It's just so much similarity, and you can see the dynamic. And I think for us, that's why both of us don't have a problem with each other's family, because they're very similar.
Yeah.
So I just deal with your family I would deal with mine.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
It really isn't a big deal at all. So for most people, blending families it's difficult. It's been a smooth transition for us.
And we've even talked about in the future, once of course we get married, that we anticipate holidays inviting both families over.
That is the plan, because it's so much. This Christmas going back and forth was just crazy.
Indeed, yeah,
crazy.
So it's not problematic at all for us to be able to host those holidays and
one big happy family in a big old house.
Huge house. Emphasis on huge house, which we're in the process of.
We're in the process.
Now, and my baby, he's like, no, we need to be more conservative, and I'm like, we need space.
Right, she's always with the space, and I'm like, we don't really need all that space, because as she mentioned already, we have one adult, and we're about to have a second one, and then shortly after that, we'll have a third one.
Yeah, Nicole will be right behind.
So the baby boy, Cabby, will be the only one in the house. What are we gonna do with just Cabby in the house?
Oh, Cabby will find something to do in there.
Oh, yeah.
He can backpedal.
Dribble the ball.
There you go.
TC.
So he'll find good use of the home.
No, that
okay. So in addition to talking about our current blended family, let's discuss how we officially, or the very initial blending of the family when we first moved in. And I think we discussed this before.
We talked about this before, but of course we had to blend families. Kiki had to move in with me for 6-7 months, something like that, until she got her own place. And of course she had the kids every other week. So I mean, at that time it was. At that time it was every other week.
Slightly, but there were still some differences. Yeah, go ahead.
So of course Kevin and Nicole would come over every other week or whenever. So we got a real good chance to be in the house, all of us together. Now the only one who wasn't really there was Jelani, because he was in school.
Right.
But when he would come home for the summer, you were still there during the summer. So we still had the blending of families with him as well. And of course we talked about it on the holiday episode, how we tried to do the drive-through lights and they was blown.
Epic failure. Yeah.
But that just showed how they can all kind of be family. They literally banded together against us. It was like, we don't want to be in this car riding through these lights. Can we go home?
Right. Absolutely.
Can we go get something to eat?
Right.
That's what that was. So you see how the family dynamic works. Cabby's always messing with Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Colin's always messing with Cabby. Jelani's messing with Cabby.
Yes.
All three of them are messing with Nicole.
Yes.
So it's all just one big conglomerate of family, just blending, enjoying each other. And then, of course, all four of them are against us. Like, whatever.
Not really me, though.
Oh, no, they go on YouTube.
They go on me?
Yeah, they get on YouTube. Don't sit there grinning like you ain't. You was a Chessy cat. You was part of it, too.
I remember last year when there was a game and I was trying to win, and Colin gave me the answers to help so I can get the guess for Colin.
Colin's your favorite. And she
so that's what I was. It ain't against me. They helped me out.
So that's the dynamic that we have, blending our families together, which it was very unorthodox how it came together, but it surprisingly worked.
Yeah.
It really did. I
think that's a testament to God.
Yeah.
Just to him being in the midst of it. He really was.
And then I think we gotta give ourselves a little bit of credit. We didn't go about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and you were like, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. I was like, no, I'm gonna let them at their own pace.
You did.
I didn't want to push or rush anything on them. I wasn't trying to make them,
I think we became you're already chill, but you became even more
chill. Is that what you?
Yeah, or
easy going.
Yeah, all of those things. Like I could see that you really just fully just took a step back
I
to
just
allow them the space
as I
to
said,
be able
I
to
let
happen.
God let him have control.
Yeah.
When they wanted to talk, they would talk. When they didn't want to talk, I wasn't pushing them to talk.
Right.
If they didn't want to do something we were doing, okay, no problem. If they wanted to do it, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So for us, it was just, it is what it is. I'm going to let them, I wanted them to be comfortable, one, because they were leaving a situation they had been in their whole life.
That's true.
And to come into something new, change is a hard thing to adjust to. So I didn't want them to have to adjust to it. I just wanted them to let it kind of marinate and flow however it does.
Let it be natural.
So for me, I did not at one moment wanted to push them to do anything. Now there was times, when we had to discipline them or we had to do something. I just gave you my input and I was like, you do whatever you want, but here's my input, and you would give me the same thing. Here's your input. But we had to understand who we are individually and then who we are as a family. Every one of our children has their own singular personality.
You can say that again. Absolutely.
Now, Colin and Nicole are kind of similar in the things that they do. And that's why I think those two probably have the best bond individually, because they always going back at each other. But then, when they get together, they're literally like attached at the hip.
Oh, yes.
When they're going around together. And just talking, So for them, I think those two, because they're probably the most similar between the four, have that special bond, a special connection.
Right. Yeah. I think also Colin and Kevin.
They're kind of the same
because they're boys,
but they're both kind of reserves.
They are.
So they're not like
they are.
Those two, like Colin and Nicole, are like social butterflies.
Yes, they literally
Colin
are
knows
the same
everybody, and Nicole knows everybody, and they just
Yeah.
and that's what they do when they get together.
Yeah,
and then of course they trolling each other, but that's what is special for their bond.
But what I do love is that all of the children, all three of them, look up to Jelani.
They do.
I do love that.
They do.
They see him as the older brother, and they see him as the one that can give, good advice and things like that. So they really do look up to him for that. So I think that's good that they have.
Where we at, baby?
So we want to start by saying, and we kind of had this conversation before, that in the blended families, even when you're dealing with outside, or I wouldn't say outside, but for me, for my ex-partner and the children's father, you don't have a situation because yes, your wife had passed away. But even still in that, I still was understanding of that and understanding that even myself, I wasn't coming in
and you said
to
that. You
a new
said
environment.
That. Like, I'm not trying to be their mother. And I said the same thing. I'm not trying to be Kevin and Nicole's father. I'm not.
No. But I
bonus dad or whatever you want to call it. I'm there to be there for you.
Absolutely.
I don't need no title. It don't matter to me.
Absolutely. But I think we both, what made this even more special is that we both shared the theory and shared the vision that this is just about the children.
Right. For us, we just wanted what was best for them.
For the children,
like we literally, we both sacrificed so much when we moved in together. One, because my place wasn't big enough to hold 6 of us, that I gave up my bedroom for Nicole, because she's the only other female.
And that was your idea, remember? You were like, well, she should have it. And I was like, huh? But I was like, okay, well, that makes sense.
The boys, they can bunk up and whatever. They fine with that.
Yeah.
She's the only female.
Right.
Well, outside of you, but of course, me and you were, sacrificing, being on the couch and whatever, just doing whatever for them to be comfortable.
Right, yeah.
So
with that mentality that we took, that it should always be about the kids, what happens when there's pettiness or unresolved feelings and issues from outside or from ex-partners? How's that handled? Or how should it be handled?
For me right now, it's kind of it's a mixed bag, because what I tend to do is, and you've heard me say this all the time, I try not to overstep my role in this relationship. So for me, I tend to say, oh, well, that's probably something he should be doing. So I try not to intervene or give my input to stuff where I feel him as the father should handle that. So I tend to just go ahead, let it be. I let you handle it because that's you two guys. You guys have the relationship. I don't really know him like that. So I don't really have the say to, say X, Y, and Z. Now, there's been times when I had to step in because things were just just going awry. Like there was a time where for Kevy's birthday, there was a little bit of tension between you and the father, and he just wanted his birthday to be his birthday, and y'all were kind of including him in it. And I called the father and expressed that to him, which I don't have a problem. I'm a man, so I don't have no problem talking man to man to whoever I have to, especially when it affects my kids. So for me, I took Kevy, that's my child now, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have a conversation. I'm going to let you know what's going on. Hopefully you can respect that. Hopefully you can hear me. And that's what happened. So we had that conversation. It was just what it was. And then I let it go. There was no ill will to him, no nothing. I just wanted him to know that what you and him had going on was affecting Kevy. And Kevy's birthday. So that's the only, thing I did when it came to that. But then there's other ways. Like, my wife passed. So my mother-in-law, I guess I still call her that, is still involved with the kids. And of course she's now, around me, see me with Kiki, and she's fine. She loves Kiki. She has no problem with Kiki. But there's a special dynamic when it comes to that, because that's like another extended version of my family. Even though it might not be my actual mother, it's my my mother-in-law from marriage. But now my wife is no longer here, so it's kind of odd. And as Mama Jackson has said, she told my mother and everybody else, when after her daughter, she was like, "You are still my son-in-law, and I'm going to lean on you." And she has, and I don't have a problem with that. So for me, that's just another dynamic that I've put into this blended family. So we have not only the ex, I have my mother-in-law, and then we have all of that dynamic on top of the two separate families that haven't met yet, and then us blending us with the kids. So we have a lot going on when it comes to that. So, and we were watching this movie, Ruth and Boaz, and that's similar to what happened, where the lady was married to her son, and the son died, and she followed the mother-in-law around and made sure she was good, because she had to move back to like Tennessee or somewhere like that. So she stayed involved in the woman's life, even though she didn't want to, because she was upset that her son and I think her husband had died at the same time. She was upset over losing both her husband and her child, and this woman just was like, "No, I'm going to be there for you." So I still try to do that with Mama Jackson. There's time from time where, my schedules are just super busy. I got a lot going on with the kids. I got a lot going on with my work. I got a lot going on with myself. So I don't have time to really be there for Mama Jackson like I have in the past, where I didn't have as much going on. But, I try. I try my best to do what has to be done. So that's the dynamic that we have when it comes to not only me, but Kiki. And then she was about to give an example of how Kevy and Colin go to the same school right now. And there was a grandparents' day. So her mother, Mama Betty, went to grandparents' day. And of course, she's met Colin, so she knows him. So she kind of gravitated to him at the grandparents' day. As a matter of fact, I think he might have been their little chaperone or tour guide or whatever it was for that day. So of course she knows him. So she's, yeah, this is Colin, this is mine. So we both have kids, extended families. We have everything that's just encompassed upon all of what we have going on together. So we have that dynamic. We have how we handle things together, boundaries that we set in place for our families, because that's what we're working on now with us looking to get married soon. We're working on what boundaries we need to set and put in place for our families to make sure everything goes smooth. So that's what we have right now. So what you think, baby?
I agree with that.
Okay.
100%.
So did you want to give this example that you had of how it can go wrong when it comes to blending?
Sure.
And this is a family dynamic here. So be sensitive. Don't put no names out there. But I'm sure they would know what we're talking about. But hopefully they'll be all right with that.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I know you're not. But
right. But I think I'm going to give a scenario because I've had some friends before tell me this, where a husband and wife were in the home, and of course the children biologically weren't the husband. And he had a problem with the children in the home disrespecting him. They were smoking in the home.
Or disrespecting his home. Not necessarily
okay, you're
disrespecting
right.
him.
Okay, but also disrespecting him when he will approach them about the scenario.
Gotcha.
I used to do this. My mother found me smoking in the home. I could do blah, 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 blah. And the mom goes to her husband and is like, why are you talking to my kids? These my kids. You're not supposed to be talking to my kids like that. What you mean he can't smoke in the house?
But they are his kids.
Right. He's like, nah, I'm the man. I'm the head of this household.
Yeah.
Like, this is how it's supposed to be. And I'm against them smoking in the house, or he came home and was disrespectful to me, and he and I went toe to toe, and now you got a problem with me. You need to correct your child, not me. And the mom was like, nah, it's not about you. It's not about the child. The child didn't do anything wrong. It's about you. Let them be. So in that case, I think we have issues where there can be problems in blended homes.
But I think even in that case, I think what was most important is that this individual was consistent with what he wanted in his house and how he wanted it in his house. So there was no chance for you to say, oh, you're playing favorite with your kids over my kids.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's similar to how we don't take it that way. We don't take it as, oh, my kids are better than your kids, or your kids are better than mine.
No.
They're all our kids.
They're all the kids.
They're all different. They all have their own personality, so we all deal with them accordingly.
Right.
But then even in that breath, you have to be consistent. You can't treat one differently than the other.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I ran into that when Kevin came, and he likes to dribble the ball in the house. And, you know, I had an issue with Colin breaking one of my TVs, kicking a soccer ball in the house. So it was like forbidden for them to be bouncing a ball in the house. But for him, that is kind of his way of getting into his comfort zone. When he got something going on, he'll just pick up the ball and just be dribbling. And it kind of clears his mind. So I literally, and you heard me say it, I was like, oh, I can't not tell Colin not to do it now.
Absolutely.
So I had to fall back on what I was putting in place for Jelani and Colin to let Kevy be him.
Absolutely. But I think also a good point about that while we're on the topic is that you always tell Colin when he did have a ball, watch the TV.
Right. Don't get close to the TV because you got a track record.
Exactly. So that's a great example. But also another rule, kind of, we've had this discussion, you and I, and you spoke about how you would prefer, as we're looking for homes, you're like, at 25, 26, they got to be out the home. You're like, this is not going to be their forever home. They got to eventually grow up and go. And I'm like, no, they can stay here as long as they want. But you had this rule, and I think we came across it with another couple before, where the couple said they had a rule that adults could not be in their home. Once you become of age and you become an adult and you go out and live your life, you got to go out there and stay out there. And the family was saying, no matter who it is, whatever child, her kids, my kids, whatever kids, they could not come back in the house.
Right.
But I think that goes back to what you were saying earlier about being consistent.
Right.
If you have one rule for one, it has to apply for all of them. You can't say I have this rule for just these two and then the other two, they can do whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
But I think in blended families, you come across the issue of favoritism often.
Yeah, they'll treat their kids better than the stuff.
Yeah, and I have a problem with that. Yeah, if these are all our kids. If we're going out to dinner or whatever, and if Carla can get lobster, Nicole can get lobster. Like, it's no, you can only eat this and you can only do this and you can only, like, no. And again, I feel like it goes back to the whole.
Now we know our kids, and we're like, you ain't gonna really eat that.
Right. Yeah. Now I know Nicole.
So, I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna take the rest of it home.
Colin love lamb chops. He'll get that. That's not Nicole. So she come and try to get lamb chops. I'm like, girl, no.
Right. You don't know what a lamb chop is.
Right. But it's not to the fact that I'm saying you can't do it. Right. I'm just saying I know you're not gonna eat that.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna celebrate Colin for his birthday and then Kevin's birthday come and I don't celebrate his birthday.
Right.
You know,
you gotta be consistent.
You have
everybody's birthday is important. Everybody gets the same amount of love. Now, it might be a different kind of love. Because, you know,
children have different love languages.
So we treat them like you heard her say on many occasions. I baby Nicole. I probably do. I probably do. But she needs that.
I don't know
about needs it, but let's just say she accepts it.
Of course she will. Who wouldn't?
She accepts it.
Of course she does.
Whatever. But her mama gets the same treatment, so I think she be jelly sometimes.
I get queen treatment.
Yes, but she be jelly sometimes.
I don't get jelly. No, babe, no.
You don't be jelly?
No, baby, not at all. I'm just saying.
Gotcha.
Yes. So I think you can never, well, not think, I personally will never treat anybody kids different than anyone children. That's extended even to kids that may come over to our homes.
Yeah, you know, I have some extras that come to my house all the time.
And my kids,
and I treat them just like I would treat mine.
Exactly. Now, if I get on my kids about cleaning up, I'm getting on yours about the same thing. If I talk to mine any your way, don't get mad. I still out of love and will talk to yours any your way as well. I'm not always very gentle, because sometimes you can't be very gentle.
That's true. That's true.
So I do.
And we've had that moments where we had to bounce our philosophies of how we do things off of each other. Like there's been situations where you like, nah, you need to be harder on Colin or Jelani. Yeah, right. You need to say this, you need to say that. And then I have moments where I gotta just tell you, just chill. Just chill.
You tell me to chill all the time. And
just chill. You can't jump on her all the time. Just chill. Flip it up on her.
You do tell me to flip it up. You do. But no, that goes back. We may got to do a part 2 of this.
But that's fine.
Yeah, but that goes to one time, and that is so very true. We was out on a couples retreat, if you want to call it. Normally a couples vacation or whatever, different couples. And Nicole called, and she's screaming on the phone about these, what was it? Not tattoos, piercings that she couldn't get
back in.
And we're away with couples having a good time, and she's back at home dealing with this. And if you know her, you would know that anytime her piercings can't go in, it sets her off.
Right.
She has anxiety.
She's on 1,000.
Exactly, about her piercings. She literally would come off of the cheer stage and yelling at Tennille, put them in. And he's like, slow down, Nicole. Let me try to put them in. And she's screaming, nah. So it's always been
it hurts.
And it don't really hurt.
I didn't tell you how to piercing.
Exactly.
But I'm going to get it back in. Just relax.
Hold still. So it's always been a thing with piercings. So Tennille, he was like, when she's calling and she's going through this. And of course, I had been drinking, having a good time. And I just want to fire back in the ungentle way ever. Girl, don't be calling me.
Put that damn thing inside. Shut up.
A little worse than that.
I'm keeping it clean.
You are keeping it very clean. Yeah, thank you for that. So, and he just looked at me and kind of like tapped me on the leg to tell me like, take it easy. And I was like, okay. So I said, Nicole, honey, is it okay? Just breathe, honey. It's eventually going to get in. You want me to order you another one? So I'm just calmly talking.
Well, maybe she couldn't find it or something.
She couldn't find it or something. That's right. Friend, yeah, something. So I'm telling her to place with a look or whatever. So I'm doing it very gentle. And she calmed down because she couldn't keep going being irate when my tone was calm.
Exactly.
So she had to come down to where I was. So she did. And we eventually got off the phone and she was happy or whatever the case may be. And our friend that we were driving with at the time, it was a couple, the Brodies. And the husband said, Kiki, you handle that in a great way. I like how you handle it. And they have a teenager daughter. So I know they have
they probably ran into that as well.
Similar situations with these emotions and how they respond and everything. So he was like, you handled that very well. And I was like, listen, I didn't want to, but TC gave me the clue and told me just switch it up. And I think sometimes as parents you have to. Yeah. We had a scenario with Colin when he texted you and said, come help me because I did a stupid thing that a stupid 16-year-old would do.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other. We were out on vacation, having a great time, and it wasn't the time to have to deal with some stupidity of a 16-year-old. But we understand that 16-year-olds do things crazy, right? So Tennille, literally, TC had to change the approach and say, you know what? Let me go in it. And I told him he's already upset about what he had done. So don't make it worse for him.
Right.
You know, go in it from a gentle approach.
Right.
And that can be difficult because sometimes you are, not sometimes, but you're always a man. So you often lose.
Sometimes I can go being straightforward.
Yeah.
I'm not pity-patting. I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah, but I was like, this is not a sports event.
Right.
So you have to address this. Well, this is not a sports crisis. You have to address this from a different angle. And sometimes you need that womanly advice, and sometimes I need that manly advice to say, hey, sometimes you do got to go a little irate, and sometimes no, you do need to chill. So like you said, we do balance each other out a lot, and I think that's very, very, very helpful in the relationship.
Definitely.
And for the family as well.
That's most definitely.
Yeah, definitely. You want to go to quickie right quick? Because I think part 2 we need to discuss co-parenting in addition to this blended family.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, and then we'll.
So we can have a whole episode on that.
Part 2, because we literally got so much stuff to go through.
Yeah, we have a lot.
So let me get to the quickie. So this is the quickie for part 1. We'll have a quickie for part 2. So the quickie for part 1 is, how do you handle when the step parent is more of a parent than the actual parent?
Yikes.
Yeah, let that dead silence hit you for a minute. How do you handle when the step parent is more of a parent to the children that are not theirs than the actual parent?
That's a good segue to part 2.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and cut. This is the end of part 1. So we're gonna say thank you for listening to part 1, but stand by, because part 2 gonna hit you just as hard.
Hit you right in the chest.
Hit you right in your chest. Bam.
Like the
Hennessy.
bam, bam,
bam. That's what John Wilson said. Pow, pow, pow.
Oh, Lord.
My bad. So we will appreciate you for listening to part 1, but we have so much. This topic is, for us, is so important that we have so much more to discuss. So we will be back with part 2 next week. All right?
Tuned.
So stay tuned. Part 2. We love you. Peace.
Peace.